Remember college? Ramen noodles for breakfast, keg stands at the frat house, and that one time you wore a toga to class? Sleep came easy and hangovers were the worst of our worries. We'll be digging through our college days when our knees didn't hurt and we could bend down to tie our own shoes without any help. Then we'll crash land back in reality, where you know your social calendar features more doctor's appointments than happy hours. This will be a hilarious, unflinching look at the journey from dorm room debauchery to derm filler diplomacy. We'll be chatting with friends whose stories are as legendary as they are relatable. We'll laugh, we'll cry, maybe even apply some face cream together. Getting older might come with many inconveniences, but it also comes with the wisdom, wit, and freedom to tell it like it is. This is Hot Flashbacks.
Bussin', like, that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes!
Look at you. Okay.
You're bussin'.
Yeah.
You're bussin', boy.
Right. So the definition says amazing, really good.
Okay, really good.
So
That was bussin'.
things people haven't said lately about your outfit. Welcome to Hot Flashbacks. Thanks for joining us. I am back with my best friend in the whole world, except my wife. But my best friend, she's currently raising the roof, everyone.
I'm just so happy to be here.
Welcome, peeps. Thanks for being here. It is my birthday, if that's like a day of note for no one but me.
Quite notable. One, you were born today, but also the podcast is about getting older. And so today marks the anniversary of that.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Oh, we're the same age now.
I know. For 6 months of the year, we get to be the same age.
The big 4-3.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay. Well,
Yeah.
the reason I wanted to record really on my birthday is because what better time to reflect on your age than the day you get a whole year older? And today I turned 43. I'm grateful to have lived this long. I don't know that I ever thought I'd live to be 43. I used to have these like weird thoughts that I was going to die in a car accident, and I could like picture it happening for so long that I just never thought I'd be 43. I thought that I would have already, accidentally dismembered myself by now. So
Pretty dark. I'm
it's,
glad that didn't happen.
yeah. Sorry. Let's not go there. All right. I wanted to chat about feeling old, and my birthday is sort of a time when I start to think about what is it that makes me feel old. And I read today an article in Psychology Today that said that it is of less importance your actual age than it is how old you feel. It's not as important that you're 45. What's more important is how do you feel? Do you feel 50 or are you feeling 38? Right. And so that made me feel really good because I'm like, well, age is a weird thing where sometimes you don't think about it that often. You don't realize it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I'm not 30 anymore. Like I picture myself being that way. So I was thinking about things that make me feel old, or times when I have said to myself, oh gosh, I'm so old. And I wanted to, first of all, I want to hear your take. You have children. And so I think sometimes these things happen differently where you say something to them that sounds just like your mom, or you have an experience with them that you thought, I told myself I'd never do this kind of experience. And here you are doing it. So can you think of a time that you've thought to yourself, I have arrived. I am an old person?
Well, yeah. I make my kids go on quite frequent hikes. And I remember as a child, my parents making me go on hikes and me thinking how it was like they were torturing me. Like, why are we at another nature preserve? Why are we here on a trail? I have to just wander around in a circle and look at the same things that I've seen the 14 other times we've been at the same trail. And now I am the perpetrator of the trail.
So wait, why are you doing that? Like, what is it about that makes you feel like you need to do that to your kids?
Well, I'm not doing it to them. I'm providing them child.
I'm providing them life experiences. Okay, but you
childhood memories, core memories.
The ones you're bitching about right now, those? You want to make sure your children have enough to complain about when they get older?
No, I mean, once they get out there. They love it. They love it. They build forts in the woods. They see trees. Like one time my son said he wanted to hug all the trees in the forest. And then I told him that if you hug one tree, they can all feel it because they're connected through their roots. And it was just like such a beautiful moment. And
hike not required for that conversation. Hike not required. Okay, but
it's good exercise.
Yeah.
But in nature.
Sure.
I like to do these things and I am legally required to care for them. So they have to do the things I like to do.
Okay. So that's the key then, right? It's something you like to do. It's nothing really to do with them.
Well, I mean, I do think it's good for their bodies.
No. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm saying sometimes we drag our kids to do stuff because we simply want to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your memory.
Yeah, people say to me all the time because I think, well, now my kids are 6 and 8, but even when they were like babies, we would still go and do a lot of things with them where I think some people, it was like on the higher end of that sort of like scale of how much stuff you do with young children. And people would always say, wow, I'm like always so impressed about all the things you're doing with their kids. And I would be like, well, that's nice, but like, it's not about them. It's because I want to do these things and I have to take them with me. So like, anyways, I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine. To bring your kids along on. Yeah.
Well, so you're talking about it and you're remembering that as a child, you were miserable.
Yes.
But do you think your parents were like, oh, look at little Rachel. She really loves this. So good for her.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, see? So, yeah, it's okay. I'm just curious. I'm curious. Okay. Yeah. So that makes you feel old when you're, and it's funny you say that because I think going on walks, just walks or, going to the park and like going on a walk or taking a walk around your neighborhood. These are also things that my mom made us do. And I also had the same feelings as you. Like, are you kidding me? We have to walk. We're just going to walk. Like on Mother's Day in particular, because it was her day, we would have to go on some sort of stupid nature hike. And we didn't live anywhere cool. It wasn't like we were hiking in the Grand Canyon. We were literally like walking around some pond and, who knows where, Wisconsin. But it made her happy and we hated it. But now I also find pleasure in making our family go on walks. Again,
circle of life.
Circle of life. So I thought, so that's yours. So I'm officially old. I have arrived is realizing that you are now making your children go on walks.
Yes, exactly. And it's also like strange, to like sort of accidentally repeat patterns. It's not like I was like, oh, you know what I'm going to do as a parent? Make my kids go on walks.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that's because you can reflect now on what that was at the time and see how meaningful it was attempting to be or what your parents were attempting to do. Whether it worked or not, you're like, oh, that was probably a good thing for me. Like I went outside and I saw things and I explored in ways that I wouldn't have if they didn't drag me on these things. And in those moments, it meant nothing to you. But maybe now in retrospect, it's like, oh, that's it's like having a family dinner and sitting at a table. That's something that I grew up doing. And I always thought to myself, like, why can't we just eat in the living room? My friends eat in front of the TV. And now as an adult, I'm like, we're going to sit at the table because I know how important it is as a family to spend time face to face, and sharing a meal together and having dinner together actually has been scientifically proven to help families grow together. And so I do the same thing. I make my kids sit down at the table, and it is a rare occasion that we don't do that. And I don't feel old for that. I think it's one of those, like you said, it's like this family tradition sort of thing that you carried on without really ever thinking about the fact that you would do that. But now you're seeing the meaning in it, and so you're doing it. And I guess that's what we hope our kids do, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's yours? What do you say that makes you feel old or do?
I would say because I work on a college campus, I see a lot of college students. And at a time, I felt like I looked like them. Like I could relate. I could identify. Mm-hmm. When I find myself in my head saying things like, why are they wearing that? And like, what is that they're doing with their hair? Like, why? That's when I'm like, oh, okay, I'm old. I've officially arrived at a stage at which I do not understand what 20-year-olds are doing. I don't want to be critical, but, you know, I hear it happening and playing out in my head where I'm looking at them going, you're going to regret wearing that. You look stupid. That's the dumbest outfit I've ever seen. I don't understand it. It's not very functional.
Look back at those photos, and you're gonna be like, "Why are my pants?" Like what I have a hard time understanding is that these big legged pants at the bottom are back, and all of my memories of those, and this is applicable to where you live too, is that all it did was soak up snowy, muddy water, and it was so uncomfortable, and your ankles were wet constantly, and I'm like, why? Why do you want to wear that much fabric at the bottom of your pants? I don't know.
What a waste. What a waste of good denim.
Fabric. Yes.
I think the other thing that makes me feel old is that I get really frustrated when the kids don't rinse out their sandwich bags that could easily be reused. And you don't do that?
Reuse Ziploc bags?
Yeah, that's expensive.
Okay, I was just going to ask if it was environmental, or if it was cost, or if it was, okay. I mean, you know, I feel a little twinge of guilt using Ziplocs because I think, I should be using something that's reusable, but it's not reusable.
It's reusable if you wash it out. And I get irritated because I'll put in there like 10 pretzels, and they eat 10 pretzels and then throw Ziploc away. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You can just rinse that with water. It only had salt in it. Now, I'm not asking you like reuse the bag that had salami in it. Like, no. Like meats, cheeses, fruits, those are off the table. But like if there is, you know, something in there that didn't make a mess that simply needs to be sort of rinsed and then dried, I expect that. So what makes me feel old is when I walk in my house and I see that on top of my, you know, a sort of curved kitchen faucet like most people have, I have a gallon Ziploc bag that is sitting up there because it's drying.
Well, I gotta say, the gallon bags you do have to rinse out.
Oh, okay. So
I'm into that.
You're on the level, but you're not quite as committed as I am.
Not quite as committed to the actual sandwich bags. They're so much thinner and smaller and cheaper. But yeah, I'm with you on the gallon bags because we camp a lot. And so then I like put stuff in them to put in the cooler to try to protect it from getting wet, although it doesn't really work. And then I rinse those out and use them again all summer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that.
Okay. So I went to the internet to find out what is it that makes people feel old. And I have to tell you, first of all, I didn't know that there's an entire sort of like thread on Reddit for Ask an Old Person.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know either.
I feel like I should be exploring that more. I have a lot of questions.
Do you want to be the old person or you want to ask questions?
No, I want to ask questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Older people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went down a rabbit hole and I want to share with you some of the things that I saw today. And the question was, when did you first think to yourself, I am officially old? This person said, I knew I got old when I went to bed feeling good and woke up with an injury. Which, I mean, yeah, either feeling older maybe was feeling drunk. And that's maybe why they got hurt. And then when I saw a bunch of girls wearing next to nothing, heels, short skirt, crop top, etc., downtown, probably on their way to a bar, and it was fall and it was cold AF, and I thought, why aren't those girls wearing their jackets?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, why would you not wear a jacket? I can't imagine.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Especially now that people don't smoke in bars. You don't even have to worry.
That's true.
It's not going to smell like smoke.
That's true.
That's why I never wore a jacket. Yeah. I was like, I don't want my stuff to smell bad.
Yeah, we got to tell the youth of today about that because I don't think they know.
It was the worst.
That you wouldn't wear a jacket because it stank. It was the worst of times. Well, this person said, I realized I was getting old when I found myself walking gingerly over a slightly uneven pavement.
Oh my God. Today.
This is you.
This is me. Oh my God. Today I took my kids to this thing called an air zoo. So it's like this big building with like rides and airplanes in it. And
This sounds
someone had
terrible.
spilled just a tiny amount of water on the floor. And I slipped on it and I almost did the split. And my first reaction was like, we need to get someone over here. This is a hazard. People are going to fall. Like the young people who worked there were like so unalarmed. I was like, there's water on the floor.
Oh, did you hurt yourself?
Pull my groin muscles a little, yeah.
I bet you did. I mean, that sounds... I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions about your flexibility these days, but I can't imagine that you're doing the splits very often.
The splits as a child.
Yeah. That's shocking to me, actually. Yeah. I can't,
Really?
I can't imagine. Oh.
Gymnastics, those were numbered. I wasn't cut out for gymnastics.
You
I
didn't
make
do
the
gymnastics.
cheerleading team. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, your gymnastics days weren't numbered. They just didn't ever happen. There was no gymnastics days.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's true.
I know I felt officially old when I realized my balance isn't what it once was. And for that reason, stepladders began to seem a little daunting to me. That's true.
Yeah, you can never go on the top step.
I know.
Danger.
And I, not without someone around. This is what I've learned.
The other day, I had to change a light bulb, and it was right under my table. And I stood there with the light bulb in my hand for a good few minutes and thinking, oh, I should just hop up on the chair. And I stood and looked at the chair for a good 30 seconds. And I was like, no, that is too dangerous. And I went and got a stepladder.
This is one that's going to resonate with me. I started feeling officially old when I started to need reading glasses. Now I buy them in multi-packs at Walgreens because I keep losing them everywhere. See, I don't have glasses.
You have some reading glasses?
No, I don't have glasses at all. I feel like when I have to get glasses, I will feel old.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing.
But you have glasses.
I have glasses, yeah. They're not for reading, just for seeing far away.
So when you picture yourself going to Walgreens, saying hey to all your old coworkers and grabbing a couple pair of disposable reading glasses, like you just have a bunch of them, you just throw them on. That's like a thing.
Different places around your house.
Yeah,
so you always have them. Or you can do the chain on your neck. People do that.
Yeah,
that would make me feel old.
Oh, the chain around the neck. That's so you don't lose them.
Yeah.
Look, I have ADHD. I'm getting a chain around my neck for sure. I lost something the other day. I don't remember what it was. And Alex was like, it's in the fridge. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, your phone charger is in the fridge. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Makes sense. Doesn't make sense.
Not at all. No. But that is a good, I mean, that if you are like where to look for something you lost, the fridge would be a place that people would suggest.
Really?
My mom used to always suggest that.
Okay.
Because you're sort of like, you're not really consciously thinking when you open and close the fridge. So it'd be very easy to set something down and grab your, protein drink and...
Protein drink?
I don't know. Is that what old people drink?
What? No, I don't think so. They drink like Ensure.
Oh, yeah, it has protein in it.
I don't think it does.
Protein. Okay.
I think it just has like calcium or something in it.
Okay, well, we should find out. I guess we'll feel old when we.
You please do that. I'm sure all of our listeners are dying to know. Oh, this person said
there'll be a part 2 for this.
Okay, you follow up on the facts. When I started getting junk mail for hearing aids and walk-in bathtubs, yeah, I got invited to. Yeah, I got invited to some sort of a showing at the local mortuary to purchase my own. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the mail, solicited.
They like happy birthday. Enjoy that.
I mean, basically. Oh man. Okay.
Are you gonna go? Can you please go and interview them?
Oh, I get a $25 gift card to the Golden Corral if I go. So maybe I should. Oh.
Speaking of bad chain restaurants,
when I look at new music and realize I don't know any of the artists.
Yeah, that's a major.
What's kind of
you really get stuck.
Yeah, no, you do. What is like one of the newer artists that Hip P is listening to in her Prius?
Well, I am listening to just recently went to a concert this week of the Black Pumas, and I think they're quite hip. And I feel pretty hip that I even know who they are.
Yeah.
And I really like them. They're one of my new favorites. I also went to this week to a trombone shorty.
I like a trombone shorty.
That was awesome. Yes. And another how you know you're old is when you go to a concert and instead of leaving with merch, one of the people you're with orders the children's book that the singer has written for your kids. That felt a little like that was all like I had not had the trombone shorty children's book, which is really fun. But it's not like a cool T-shirt or anything.
That's true. Speaking of T-shirt, this person said, I felt officially old when I heard that the type of clothing that I used to wear being referred to as vintage.
Oh, yeah, that feels bad.
It does, but it's not far off. I mean, there's some stuff that I see teens wearing that they say vintage that I'm like, I wore that in the 7th grade. Same, yeah, exact same Def Leppard shirt, same one.
Like I sort of wish I would have kept this stuff.
Yeah. 100%.
Like I had a really cool pair of Doc Martens. I could be so cool now if I still had those. I mean, I just don't know where all my stuff went.
Well, I mean,
Goodwill probably.
I was going to say, what do you mean you don't know where it went? Like, do you have to pause so you can go look for it? Or like, what do you mean? Okay. Oh, it's gone. Like, okay.
Save that stuff. I didn't save anything.
So the other day I was listening I have Sirius XM, and so I was on classic rock radio station, and they played Aerosmith. Oh. Yeah. And I was like,
that made me feel old.
Dang, this was like my high school, college days, Aerosmith. And now they are on the classic rock channel. And I'm listening to it.
That doesn't seem quite right.
How old does something have to be classic? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I'm 43. I'm pretty classic. So maybe 43.
Okay. Well, that's good.
What do you listen to that's hip?
Oh, I don't know that I do.
Like the other day, talking about music, and the Uber driver was probably like 15 years younger, and like we were having like a really fun conversation, and then all of a sudden she was like, yeah, and then something about like Megan Thee Stallion, and I was like, I don't even know who that is. And I felt like so embarrassed that like the conversation was like really clicking, we were really like, yeah, and then she said that, and I was just like, yeah.
Did you look it up?
No, I wasn't that interested, I guess.
Yeah, I do know who Megan Thee Stallion is, though.
I mean, she's a singer, obviously, right?
Right. Yep, you got it.
Got it. Done.
Check. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's see. We got some other good ones here. Kind of remind me of. I think anytime I hear a song that for me feels still. I'm sorry. What's happening on the camera?
Sorry, I had to scratch my arm.
Okay. All of a sudden, all I saw was the ceiling and your arm waving around in the air. I don't know.
I know. Sorry.
It's a good thing that we don't record this for people to watch, like actually watch.
Well, I mean, I would be like looking a lot better if we did.
You would? What would be different?
Yeah. I wouldn't have my pajamas on.
Yes, you would. Liar.
My pajamas so much.
I get that though. I mean, I think that's another thing that happens as you get older is that comfort sort of rules everything else. It's like, if it's not comfortable, I'm not buying it.
Like, I don't plan on wearing another pair of heels in my entire life.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll wear sandals and tennis shoes. I can't think of an occasion that I would wear heels for. I don't even, my kids get married. Nope. I will just have a long enough dress that I can just wear
whatever shoes you want.
Yeah, I mean, I just really can't even think of an occasion where I will wear dress shoes again. It's really the worst, and it's uncomfortable, and it hurts my back for days and days and weeks to come, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some things that I'm just not willing to sacrifice. Yeah, I used to wear heels, and they looked good, and I know that
they're so beautiful.
Yeah, there are outfits I have where I think these would look much better with heels. let's talk about, let's do a little quiz. I'm
Okay.
So I am going to ask you some slang words that kids are using these days.
Oh, no. I don't think I know any of it.
And I want to know what you think it means.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So I have to look them up because I don't know what they are either. Okay, here we go. Top 10 slang words in America. But I wonder, like, is that like, is this like for teenagers, or is this just like, because I think the teens are really the people who are like making the
They
slang.
set the trends.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Number 10, bougie.
Oh, like fancy.
Yeah.
Like Sunday morning. Fancy like Applebee's. Yeah.
What?
That's a song lyric.
Go ahead. Rock it out.
I don't know the rest of the words.
The funny thing is it doesn't say bougie. I don't think so.
No.
Oh, wait, maybe it does. Is that a country song, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a country song. Yeah.
All right, number 9, bussin'.
Ooh, I've heard this. I don't know what it means. Like, bussing. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Look at you. Okay.
You're bussing.
Yeah.
You're bussing, Molly.
Right. So the definition says amazing, really good.
Okay, really good.
So
That was bussing.
things people haven't said lately about your outfit.
Oh, into that category.
Okay. All right. Drip.
Maybe like this is boring, like because the drip is really slow and dull.
So use it in a sentence.
That documentary was Drip.
Like
No,
like I like where you're going with that, but no.
oh,
It's like when your clothes are really cool.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Like my fit. Like you got a good fit.
Yes. It's yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see. How about this one? Cap.
Well, I've heard people say like no cap, like no kidding, like you got it.
Yeah, sort of, right? So yeah, something that is not true or a lie. So yeah, like no joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I can use that one.
I'm looking here for ones that I.
Wait, I know one.
Okay.
Riz.
Okay. Riz. Yeah, because it's like the short part of charisma. So
Yes, I like that one actually.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
yeah, no, you're right. It does. All right. Low key.
Like just sort of casually, like, like that was pretty cool. Like low key, that was cool.
Yeah. So it says added to a feeling or desire to downplay a feeling.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm low key freaking out.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Here's one that I had to look up recently. Sigma.
Oh, no idea.
Oh, never heard of it. So
Mm-mm.
a Sigma is a male who is popular, but is also a loner and separates himself from the crowd.
Okay. Is it a positive thing?
Yes, I think it can be. But I like most slang, it kind of gets carried away and the meaning becomes less and less and people just say it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to look it up, but it is Sigma is the 18th letter of the Greek alphabet. It is also slang for kind of cool. Sigma males are considered to be equal to the alphas on the hierarchy, but they live outside the hierarchy by choice. So alpha male, right. So Sigmas are still like alpha, but they're so cool. They're like outside of what everyone else is doing.
Right. Like they can non-conform, but it's cool the way they do it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
But I hear people just like saying it. Like Sigma. Okay. I don't know.
Like,
okay. I'm going to
on a new meaning that we don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give you. Okay. Here's one. Thirsty.
Oh, I know this one.
Okay.
It's like, if you post like a thirst trap, that's like a sexy photo. And so if you're thirsty, you want attention, or you want something like,
Look
from
at
somebody
you.
else.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hip.
Yeah.
Pretty hip.
Okay, last one. Yeet.
Well, I have a Yeti drinking glass that I really love.
Yeet.
I know about Yeti. I don't know about Yeet.
No?
No.
Yeet. Well, give me a guess.
Like, yikes.
So like how you normally proclaim yikes, instead you would proclaim yeet. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm suggesting.
Okay.
Make a guess.
Yeah, I know. I just yikes isn't like a word people say. Okay, anyway.
I say it. Well, I do. You know what? I don't say it as much as I use that little emoji that looks like someone saying yikes. I use that one.
Oh, you would. Okay. So the kids are using yeet to express surprise, approval, or excitement or enthusiasm. So the example is some, uttering under their breath, like yeet, yeet, like, yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I'm excited. You should try it.
I don't know.
No, you're too old.
I'll see what I can do this week. I'll work it into conversation.
So this is one that I didn't know. Skibbity.
Oh, yeah. I've heard this, but I still don't know what it means. Yeah, no idea. Like, maybe like that's busted or like kind of silly or dumb.
Apparently it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, great. Just an expression.
So you can just use it.
Oh.
So you can't really mess it up.
On board with that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like a nonsensical word. It says it came from the popular YouTube series Skibbity Toilet.
Oh, I was just going to say, I keep hearing about Skibbity Toilet. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So you can just say Skibbity. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Okay. How about Giat?
Ooh. It kind of makes me think of like giddy up, like when you're riding a horse and you say like giddy up.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like go faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what, nice. Instead of saying giddy up, in the horse community, they're saying giat.
Wow. I got it right.
No,
you're
not.
Okay. Oh, skibbity.
Skibbity toilet. Giat is a slang exclamation of surprise or excitement. It was commonly used as an exclamation in reaction to seeing a large butt.
What?
That's what it says. It's most commonly used as a reaction of excitement after seeing a large butt, and may be used as a noun to mean large butt. There you go.
Huh. Okay. Oh, man. I wish I would have known this earlier.
I know. Just when someone walks by you with a big butt and they pass and you look to your friend and you go, Giat.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, because earlier today, my kids dropped something in the back seat. And so I took my seatbelt off and tried to reach it for them. And they were hysterically laughing because the way it looked like my butt was sitting in the seat. And so if they would have known that word, they would have said Giat. And they laughed and laughed. I thought it was very funny. So.
Okay, well, I'm glad they didn't. I think that would have been a little awkward.
You think so? I mean, they're a little young.
I do think so. They're a little young to be saying that.
Oh, man.
Okay.
But they did beg me to do it over and over and over again because it was so funny to see my butt in the air, they said.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you this last one, and I think you're going to nail this one.
I'm ready.
Ready? Delulu.
Yep. Oh, like you're delusional. Like you're just not right in the brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you nailed it.
If you think you could wear that outfit, you are Delulu.
Yes. Yes.
You're Delulu to wear that outfit because it doesn't cover your Giat.
Yeah. Well, you're getting really good at this. Okay, and the final one, I know I said last one was final, but I'm interested in this one.
Yeah.
The phrase, let them cook.
I don't know about cooking, but I do know about eating. Like if you say, oh, they ate that up, that means like you did a really good job.
Yeah, okay, that's...
I'm just
But that's just a different
knowledge.
Okay. All right. Good for you.
Let them.
Yeah, let them cook. It means like when someone is doing something that they're good at, like don't interrupt them. Like let them cook, right? Like as a chef, people are constantly coming in and trying to stir, helping. No, just let them cook. And so if someone is doing something, let them do it freely.
Oh my gosh, this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because have you seen that internet trend? Well, there's like this video and this girl is like, I'm not a feminist. I can actually cook. And then all these other women come on and like stitch it and say, well, watch me cook. And then they show like video or pictures of themselves like doing a really good job at something. Now I get it more.
Yeah. There you go. So
yeah. Okay.
Things you can use.
Yeah. This is all very useful information.
I knew it would be. I knew it. But do you feel like a little bit less old now though? Kind of like a little more hip?
Well, I like how you started in saying like you're only as old as you feel. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel that old like in my mind. Like I know when I look in the mirror that I'm old, or when I talk about like the things I do in my life as like, you know, a middle-aged mother of two, like I know that I am old. But I don't feel old like in my head. So yeah, although I do think if you're like, wow, now I'm so hip, that probably makes you like less hip. So I don't know. It's all just a big mix of like, some days I feel old and sometimes I don't, you know?
Mm-hmm. I like that idea.
Yeah.
And it says that on average, people feel 11% younger than they are.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's good. That's positive.
So easy math, I guess. If you're 50, you might feel closer to 44.
Well, it's really interesting though, because I feel like I remember like so much of my 20s. Feels like it was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
There is like a huge gap of what happened to my 30s. It's like a very weird, I feel like I just woke up one day and I was 43 years old, you know? It's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
I think part of it is because, at least for me, you get into like a routine of life. And so then, not to be negative, but the days kind of are the same. Well, when you're in your early 20s, the days are not the same, right? I mean,
Right? It's not like you're
Yes.
not doing the thing, not buying a house for the first time. You're not, you know, most things you've done, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think in your 30s and 40s, you're getting up and going to work and living a very normal sort of 9 to 5, if you will. And so the times before that feel more clear because they were more erratic and more spontaneous maybe than I have been over the past 13 years.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. I tend to say sensible things.
Well, I like that theory better than like I somehow blocked it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's far more response.
Or you were really...
I had a really nice time in my 30s.
I was there. You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, appreciate you celebrating my birthday with me in this way.
Yeah. Well, listen, I had a question I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
So
That's not how this works, but okay.
Birthdays, he used to always say, okay, so now you're about to start your 44th trip around the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like one goal that you're going to accomplish on this next trip around the sun? Or is there something that this year you're hoping will have in store for you?
So this is my show, not yours. You don't get to, this is not stump the podcast host.
Okay, well, it's something you should think about, I think. Okay.
Like a New Year's resolution, but like for your New Year age.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you want your 44th trip around the sun
to be like?
To be like, yeah.
Well, I just got here. It's day one. So I haven't had like a ton of time, but I do think what I thought about this morning was what have I learned?
Ooh.
And I think my 43rd year taught me to be patient, and I'm still working on being patient, but I've definitely become a more patient person. And I've also become a more flexible person. I can't do the splits like you, but
only a little water is spilled on the floor.
It's more like I used to get very frustrated by things that didn't go the way they were supposed to go. And the flexibility to just let it ride sometimes has been good for me. And I don't know if that's because I stopped caring so much. Like I just said, you know, what is the big deal? Why do I care so much? I don't know if it's a conscious effort necessarily, but that's what I've learned this past year. And I will give some deep thought to what I want out of being 44.
I mean, you're only going to be 43, but for the next. But it's your 44th trip around the sun.
Dude, you're messing. Right? This math stuff isn't mathing for me right now.
I know it's a lot. Well, I am very glad to hang out with you on your birthday.
Yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed, first of all, one, I'm impressed with your slang knowledge. So congrats on that. And good to...
I got some riz.
You got some riz. You sure do. And also good to be able to laugh a little bit about things that make us feel old. And I shared this in another episode, but stretching in public is another one. You know, like I didn't just run a marathon or anything. It's just, you know, a Sunday at 2 at Costco. But I find myself just standing on the curb, just giving a little stretch to my calves. So stretching is good for you. Everybody go for it. Well, thank you for being here, peeps. As always, it's a pleasure.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This is Hot Flashbacks. We're out. Want more? We're on all the major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Just search for Hot Flashbacks and subscribe.